It's a fake gold chain, but it looks good, so why not? Cool. This is the single most powerful, what's the word? Powerful ting that you as a male can harness to excel in every single area of your life. Introducing semen retention. Cool. I haven't done much scientific research into this, and I've tried to, but it doesn't seem to be too much research done into this just so far. But basically, semen retention is literally just retaining semen. So the idea is that your semen is valuable, but most guys these days, they love to waste it. They love to like watch porn or beat girls, just busting out all the time, ejaculate all the time, which releases semen from their body, and this is seen as counterproductive. It's not beneficial because you're wasting your semen. And like I said, your semen is seen as like a life force, a life energy. And if you're wasting all the time, you're gonna feel depleted. Because I know, like, most likely, if you're a guy, you felt that situation where like you bust a nut and then you feel depleted, you feel drained, you feel sleepy, like you have less energy than you did when you started, right? But semen retention is basically preventing that from happening, stopping that from happening. So that's why it's so powerful. Okay, so basically I'm not saying that like masturbation or sex is bad on its own. I'm not saying that those are bad or you should stop that. What I'm saying is that you shouldn't bust a nut, you shouldn't ejaculate that much, that frequently, because most guys, they do it. Some guys, like I hear that they do it like many times a day or every day, and that's a lot of like depletion. So basically, they're just like wasting their energy. Like they never even give themselves like an hour of energy, let alone a day of energy. But so basically, it's not about the act of like masturbation or sex. That's not the topic of the day. That's not the topic. That's not what I'm discussing right now. That's our discussion right now. What I'm talking about is the retention of semen so that you don't waste your energy. Very, very important distinction. Very important distinction. In addition to that, I'm also not saying that you should never bust a nut, ever. That's also not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, guys, a lot of guys do it way too often. I mean, ideally, the longer you can go without busting a nut, the better, because it builds up as energy, and then you can use that energy to do more productive things in life. But obviously, if you're always busting a nut very frequently, like every like multiple times a day, every day, like many times in a week even, it's a lot. You're wasting a lot of energy. Personally, for me, I'm not talking about me, my experience was like semen retention. So basically, I started like NoFap. I don't even know how many days I'm on right now, like, because basically NoFap starts off like we're doing 90 days of no porn, no masturbation, nothing, and ideally no sex either. So basically just no porn, masturbation, or definitely no ejaculation or anything like that, right? So you do that for 90 days. It's basically for guys who are trying to overcome porn addiction, and then they do that, and then after that they become they free themselves of like watching porn, because you know it takes like 21 to like 90 days to make a habit. So that's basically the idea behind it. Now, when I did that, right, I found that there was a lot of like, in fact, let me tell you what I started. So basically I started it because I wanted to lose my virginity. I was like 18 and a half years old, like bare guys around me were starting to like beat. I was like, come on, how about me? How about me? How about me? So I was like, yo, nah, we've got to take rapid action. Can't be watching porn now. We've got to get intimate with a real human being, not pixels on the screen. So that was initially what started my journey on NoFap. Look it up if you haven't looked it up before. So, and then indirectly, because of this journey, I learned about something unintentionally. I learned about semen retention. So after going all these days without like being ejaculating, having sex, or masturbating or anything like that, I built up all this energy, and I realized there was a lot of like, I was feeling a lot different. I felt a lot different. I felt a lot better. So I was thinking like, wait, hold on a second. I haven't been in a long time. I'm fine with that, because I feel way better than I did when I started this thing. So now I'm like, okay, I'm onto something here. I don't want to like go back to like watching porn, definitely. So I was like, yo, I was in a place where I was like, okay, cool. Even if I don't beat, because remember the reason I started was to beat, to you know, get that experience. Because my friends, everyone around me was like, you know, doing that, I felt left out. But I decided that, yo, even if I don't beat, I don't care. I actually don't care. Like, I'd rather stay in this state, because like this is definitely a better state than I was in when I was watching porn and stuff, and masturbating and stuff. Like that's like a sad lifestyle. But yeah. But then eventually I beat, and by the time I beat, I wasn't even like that eager to beat. I only beat just for the sake of like of trying it. Like by the time I beat, I wasn't even like, I wasn't as keen as beating as I was when I started it. So it took me like almost 3 years, and it was a journey. I changed from the person who I was when I started it to the person who I was to the person who I am now, right? But I learned that semen retention gives you a lot of like powers, a lot of benefits. Like they call it powers, and I don't even say it's powers. I would say you're just returning to your normal self as a male. You have your energy, you have a drive, you have confidence, high self-esteem. Like you're less prone to depression. Like personally, me, I feel like my mental health is thank God for this. It's like I'd say it's impeccable, But but that could be due to like not just that, but many other, not just like semen retention, but to many other things. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that like I changed, and like I found that like on the journey to having sex, I found out that semen retention is actually extremely profound. So all I can say is that like semen retention is actually a real thing. Like there's so many benefits. Your confidence goes up. You're more you, and as a result, people are more attracted to you. And by attracted, I mean like sexually attracted, but like I mean like attracted to you as a person because of your energy, because of the energy that you convey. Because people naturally are drawn to people who emanate energy. So by constantly like busting out and ejaculating and not retaining semen, you disperse your energy, so you haven't got all the energy within you. But when you maintain it, you channel it into other areas in your life. You become a better person. You're able to develop yourself more. You have a lot more mental clarity. Believe it or not, you have more mental clarity. Believe it or not, but yeah, there's so many benefits. If you want to know more about these benefits, because I'm trying to make this video not too long, because I don't like making videos that too long. But basically, it's very, very powerful stuff. I just want to wrap it up by saying that one thing you should look up, again, I've mentioned this in the video already, is NoFap. That's kind of like the journey where it started. It's like a 90-day challenge. You can go 90 days. Right now, I haven't calculated the days because I stopped calculating. What I know is I started on I know the date, March 9th, 2015. So that's about 1,200, 1,300 days plus, something like that. But it's because the person who I was when I started it is a different person to who I am now. But semen retention has a lot of benefits. You should definitely do your research on it, look into it. I'm still looking into it because it feels like something's quite new, especially to Western civilization, Western cultures. But there's definitely a lot of benefits there. Join some NoFap communities. Look at what guys are saying. It's a bit mad, I must say. It's a bit mad. But that's all I've got for you today. Stay blessed.